Hello everyone, Richi from Melbourne, Australia here, and it is Saturday 16th of May 2020. So, as I make this video, I am aware that more and more of you are becoming aware of the fact that what's been going on around the world doesn't make any sense, and really never has, but most of you are now really beginning to wake up to this. So in my last video, I spoke about the power of being aware of what is going on behind the scenes. I spoke about your individual power because the idea was that some of you might be feeling helpless or powerless to do anything. But I did speak about how nothing could be further from the truth, how simply becoming aware of what's happening and sharing that information so that others around you become aware, how that awareness in and of itself will stop the plan from happening, and it's like shining a light on the darkness. Now, all that being said, today I would like to talk about a man named David Icke, who I came across a few weeks ago. And I came across this guy because a YouTube channel, which was called London Real, they had posted a video where they said that we've just done our second interview of the year with David Icke, and a few minutes after we finished doing the streaming, the video was removed by YouTube, and they were very unhappy about that. So what I did is I went and found their first interview of the year with David, which was done on 18th of March of this year, and I watched it. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, and I would like to share with you what happened, because David Icke is known as a so-called conspiracy theorist. That's not my opinion of him now that I've sort of seen a lot of his work over the last few weeks, but just for the record, I've never really been into the conspiracy theories. I've had, friends around me who talk about things like that, and quite frankly, I've never paid much attention to them. I was like, yeah, he's a hippie, whatever. Just not really too bothered about it. And I am aware that many of you watching this video will know me personally. Some of you I went to school or university with. Some of you will know me from when I was practicing as a lawyer. Others from when I was working in IT. A lot of you will know me through my work as a DJ and in the music. I probably have done functions for you over the years, or you've been to my club nights, whatever the case may be. And some of you know me from the healing and energy work that I've been doing in the last few years. So, if some of you are thinking, why is Richi talking about all this stuff and, what's happening here? I would like to flip this the other way, and I invite you, if you know me, to look at that in a different way. Look at it like this. If Richi is willing to stand up here, put his face on a camera, make this public, that I love David Icke, yes, if Richi's willing to talk about this, and he's up here right now and I'm looking at him, maybe, just maybe, there is something going on here which I should have a look at. Maybe things are not what meets the eye, yeah? So, anyway, I started watching this interview, London Real's first interview of the year with David Icke. I started watching this, and I've got to be honest with you, I have always had a very scientific background, and I've always wanted to understand things logically. So my logical brain was going bonkers, basically. It was saying that this can't possibly be correct. This guy has to be a nutter. He has to be talking complete and utter nonsense. That was my logical brain going off. But then something else started happening. And it was basically the greater part of me, that greater intelligence. It was like a resonance. I'll describe this as a frequency or a resonance. It felt like each and every cell in my body was saying, hang on a minute, You might think, your logical brain might think that this is complete and utter nonsense, but guess what? This guy is speaking the truth. And this resonance, as I'm describing it, was really incredible. I think a lot of us have experienced what we might call a gut feeling or intuition, where, you know, sure, we've had that experience where we think we are being told something which might not sound logical, but this was much stronger than that. This was a deep knowing, and it felt like I was waking up from the Matrix or something like that. It literally felt like I was waking up and I knew deep in my soul, deep in every fiber of my being, that what this guy was saying was actually true, no matter how ludicrous it sounds. So I carried on and watched the whole of the interview, and then I started checking out a lot more of his stuff in the weeks that followed. And look, a lot of it has resonated, not everything. There's definitely things that David Icke has been saying that I don't personally agree with and that don't resonate with me. But the gist of what he is saying, which is that a small group of people, which he calls the 1%, have been in charge of things on planet Earth and in charge of what's going on with humanity for a long, long time. And he goes into a lot more detail, but the gist of what he's been saying about that really does resonate. And so because I know the power of each and every one of us simply becoming aware of this, I now invite you to take a challenge, which I'm going to place this link at the end of this video, and I'll also put it in the description if I can. My challenge is simply this. I'm putting a link to David Icke's first interview of 2020 with London Real. It was done on the 18th of March of this year, and my invitation to you, my challenge to you, is to click on that link and watch that interview. Check it out. Watch the whole thing if you can, and after you've done that, give it some time. I'd say maybe 24 hours if you can. Let it sort of sink in. After you've done that, I would really love to hear from you. What did you think of it? Did any of it resonate? Was it like, oh my God, that's really quite shocking, I wasn't aware of any of that? It could be the other way. Maybe you go, you know what, Richi, I thought it was a load of nonsense. Whatever. I would just love to hear what you thought of it. So please check it out on the link, which I'll put at the end of this video, and as I say, in the description. Now, the interview is on London Real's website. So when you click on that link and go to watch the interview, you will have to put in an email address. If you start getting emails from London Real and you don't want to receive those emails, really simple, just go to the bottom and click on the unsubscribe link and they won't send you any more. Even if you watch more stuff on their website where you put in your email, once you've done that unsubscribe the first time, this has been my experience anyway, you won't need to worry about that anymore. They won't be sending you any emails. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you take the challenge, and I look forward to your comments and your messages and your feedback about what you thought of it. Thank you, everyone. I love you. God bless you. Thank you.